So then we're going to take a look from the front and later on from the side. Unfortunately, I don't think this woman sent me a side view when I was taking a look at her foot. But we can see a lot from here. And again, if you look as we're going through, so you can see how right here, again, she's kicking that foot up in the air and she's very, very straight with her leg at this point. And one of the things we'll do a gait analysis. We'll take a look at your running form and help you correct some of the things that could be causing you issues. I would much rather see this leg be a lot more flexed through her motion, and that's something that I addressed with her down the road. But again, you can see that dorsiflexion of the foot, which is causing all this tension up all the way up through the leg because it gets very, very straight. This can lead to IT band problems, ankle problems, shin splints. So those are some of the things that we worked with correcting when I looked at her form. But again, when you look at impact, bang, look at that impact. And the beauty of this shot is she gets back and she's pretty flexed at the knee at impact, which is what you want. You always want to be flexed at your knee flexed at impact, and you also want to have that foot under your center of mass at impact. But again, look at the nice splay of the toes when she's running barefoot. And again, I'm going to emphasize this over and over again, how important it is for your toes to be able to do that inside your running shoes. But I also noticed that when she's running barefoot, you can see that line's a little bad. You can see how her knee is tracking right between that big digit and the second toe, which is essentially where it wants to be, and it's pretty straight all the way down through there. She might want to get out just a little bit from center line. When we talked about her running form, it's one of the things that we worked on. But other than that, I mean, I'm seeing some really nice things here. And if we go to the next foot, now, this foot, she has a tendency to swing outward. You can see the swinging motion outward of the foot a little bit. And it comes around then to straight, but there's that dorsiflexion again and how straight the knee is. And now, look what's happening here. This is one of the problems that we worked on when I was working with this girl, is how to get that leg rotating straight up and down from the hip rather than swinging it around and having it come across center line. And as you can see, because she's got in this position coming through, look what's happening with that foot, how it's really beginning to invert toward the outside before impact rather than coming down straight. But again, she gets it down there. Now she's a little bit farther on her midfoot on this, but again, look at the beautiful splay of the toes at impact. Again, there they are, the beautiful splay of the toes. And in fact, even though she's inside the center line, she's getting a nice straight track from her knee. However, she's had some foot problems and she's had some hip problems, and it comes from her leg being in this position at impact. And where we want to get that is there. And so that's one of the things that we worked on with this woman. But again, you can see at impact, her foot, nice neutral plant. Someone, again, put her in an orthotic, and I can never understand why they would do that to this person. But she's got a nice neutral plant, her nice splay of the toes as she gets back through her motion.